Hey, welcome back to Collide Week. I'm Erica, obviously, and today I have a video for you about the future of Collide. Earlier this week I told you all about the history of Collide and where it came from, and now I'm going to tell you what's coming next, from Collide itself to the rest of the series and beyond. Not really, that kind of ends at the end of the series, actually. The good news is this video, although it seems like it shouldn't be spoiler-free, is spoiler-free, so if you haven't finished the book, that's fine, you can still watch this. I really regretted having to make my last video a spoiler video, but I couldn't get around it. If you haven't finished Collide and you wanted to watch that video and you couldn't, I'm sorry, but you can watch this one. This one is way more exciting than the other one because this is like progress instead of me just reflecting on things that I did when I was 12. Starting with Collide itself, this is my master editing copy right here. And as you can see, I have already just marked the crap out of this book. I don't know how you feel about that, but I feel good about it because it means that I already know things that I want to improve and that I want to change. And after I get comments back from those friends that I talked about in my previous two videos, links below, then I will read all their comments and start making big changes. And I mean big changes. I have been thinking a lot lately as I've been going through college and just sort of experiencing my life and really just thinking about the book as a whole and what it is and what it has been and what it could be, and I am changing some things that have been around since the very first draft, which is nuts. I'm thinking that this is going to happen over the summer and into next fall, into next school year, because I haven't really heard from my friends because they're all also being first years at college and we're just trying to keep our heads above water, so I'm gonna give them the summer to finish reading and work on comments and all that good stuff. And then after I spend a lot of time working on those changes and making it better, it's probably gonna go back to those friends and to some new proofreaders, and we'll just go on from there. But Erica, you're saying on the other side of the computer screen, what are you working on now while you're waiting for your friends to finish reading Collide? This is my writing binder. Hello. And in this writing binder I have all kinds of stuff, and I'm gonna give you a little mini tour so I can show you a glimpse into my crazy brain and my writing process. Just in like the front pocket of the binder I have these colored charts which I need to update, but these just help me track how many words I've written so far this year and each week, and that's really helpful for me because I like to see what kind of progress I'm making. I have different binder dividers and I have notes for Crash, Collide, Shatter, and then other writings down here. And I did say the book's out of order on purpose. Erica, why is it backwards? It's backwards because I'm working on Crash actively right now. Collide is kind of on the back burner while I'm thinking of revision ideas, and then the third book, we'll get there. So I have pages like this that are full of the outline. So I have big headers and each scene that needs to happen in different sections, and you can see that I've checked all of these off because I am done with the whole first act of the book. I split my books into acts so that I can sort of see what it would be like. As I said in my History of Collide video, I love movies and I love theater, and splitting it into chunks like that just sort of helps me figure out what parts of what action need to go where. I finished the entire first act and I'm like halfway done with the second. I did a lot of writing yesterday. I'm really excited that this is all coming along. So Crash is the second book of 3, and it is on a much larger scale than Collide was. Collide was pretty Heather-centric. A lot of it was just from her point of view, with the exception of a couple chapters. But Crash gets split into a couple different groups who kind of tell different parts of the story. You still are hearing from the same characters that we were introduced to and loved in the first book, but there's also some new faces. I'm working on the first draft now, as I mentioned, and it is 100% trash. It's mostly trash. No one is gonna see this draft except for me and Pants, but Pants is just an extension of me at this point. Once I finish this, I'm gonna go back to Collide, as I said, and then I'm gonna come back to Crash and sift through the whole thing. I might end up working on Crash and Collide kind of at the same time, just because I break all the rules. And then eventually, after I work on Collide and Crash some more, I'm gonna get to the third book, which is very scary. The third book is the most different in the entire series. It's a lot darker than the other two. Not a lot is explained and you kind of have to just go along for the ride. It deals with a bunch of places that are not Twin Oaks and are nothing like Twin Oaks. The reason I'm so terrified of this book is because I have no idea what I'm going to do with the ending. I've been bouncing between 2 different endings in my head for a while, and I know that it's the ending of the series, so there's like a lot of pressure for me to do it right. and I cannot decide what I want to do. I feel like every other day I switch between the endings and it's not good. So I'm pushing it off for a while. I'm gonna work on Crash and Collide first. Pants likes to make fun of me because I'm procrastinating, but it's really because I care and I'm very stressed out and I want to do it right. So I'm gonna wait on it, and by then I'll have cleared my head, right? That's the plan. I'm just gonna go through each book and try to write as much as I can and edit as much as I can and make a series. If you want to get more involved and learn about my daily writing process, you should follow my Twitter because that's what I update the most, and I tweet pretty regularly about what I'm working on. But you should also follow my Tumblr because every once in a while I remember to write a blog post updating you guys on what's going on in my life. And of course, subscribe here and follow my Wattpad to see stories as they come out. Thank you guys so much for watching and all your help and support. It really does mean the whole world to me. Happy Collide Week once again, and I will see you in the next video. Right on. And I forgot what I was gonna say. And then after that, it'll either go... Who is pounding? Why are we pounding? I don't... Just in... I don't know if you heard that, but people are screaming. First, today I have a video for you about motorcycles.